Hey, lovelies, how are we? I hope everyone's well. So, as a coach, I think a lot of people just think it's just about writing training programs and also um, meal plans, and it really is. It just goes so much deeper than that. I was having some conversations with some of my clients, um, and realize that there's still a lot of work for me to do, and a lot of coaches out there on changing the mindset, particularly of women in my generation. So I'm 54. For those of you that may be new to following me or don't know much about me, I'm 54. I'm 55 soon. So really changing the mindset of women my age and maybe younger in their 40s also as well, um, because even though the world has evolved so much, there's so much information. There really are still a lot of people who think that, and a lot of women who think that when a woman lifts weights, it's going to make her big and bulky. So um, I just really want to dispel this myth, and I'm just going to call it what it is. It's a myth, and it's a bullshit myth. Let me tell you what makes you big and bulky, ladies, and you need to listen. You really need to listen. Muscle does not make you big and bulky. What makes a woman big and bulky is body fat and excess body fat. Muscle actually does the opposite of what so many women have been led to believe for years gone by. Muscle is what makes us tone, lean, athletic, sexy as hell. It does not make us bulky, because if you had muscle in one hand and fat in the other, fat takes up more space. That's what makes us big and bulky. It's not muscle. And this mindset that so many of you have, I really want you to listen to me. Those of you that know me know I'm not full of bullshit. I'm really not. And I call it as it is. Muscle is not what makes you big and bulky. I hate to be brutally honest, but it's excess body fat. That's what makes women big and bulky. When you train with weights, and it's really important if you want to add muscle, particularly when you're in your 40s and 50s, you have to, even when you're in your 20s, you have to work hard, but you have to work hard. Your sessions have to be intense. You have to lift heavy, so your muscles are going to grow. Now, I train hard, and it's hard for me to grow muscle. So for those of you who are maybe new to strength training, you got to trust me on this. It's not going to happen overnight. What you see happening a lot of the times, you're training hard, your muscle is growing, 100% it is, but it's covered by layers of body fat. It's like, I'm sure you've all heard that saying, everybody has a six pack, and everyone does have a six pack. It's just usually hidden under a layer of body fat. Once you strip away the body fat, then a six pack will show. And it's the same with muscle. You may be training and training and training and thinking, I'm just getting big and bulky. You've got to trust me. Again, it's not the muscle that's making you bulky. It's because you have not addressed your body fat with nutrition, which is key. Training with weights and training intensely will help you to burn body fat. It really will. You know, back in the 80s when we were growing up, it was, don't lift weights, ladies. It makes you big and bulky. It's for men. I'm telling you again, and you need to listen. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit when they say if you lift weights, it's going to make you big and bulky. First of all, as women, we don't naturally have the testosterone to build muscle so quickly. Men struggle. Do you know how many men struggle to build their legs? Ask them. If you don't believe me, go and ask them. Do you know how many men struggle to build their legs and their glutes? And they've got the testosterone. They really do. And I'm really passionate about this. I get so frustrated because women, we have the answer. The answer is weight, strength training. It's our best friend. And still, so many of you are listening to the bullshit that we were told years ago, that muscle's going to make you big and bulky. No, it's not. What's making you big and bulky is the excess body fat that you have. When you strip away that excess body fat, you are going to see, if you've been training well, you are going to see your muscle, and your muscle is going to look as sexy as hell. It's going to make you feel so confident. It's bragging rights. right there. It's your bragging rights. So please, if you're in your 40s or in your 50s, or even if you're in your 60s, what we were taught in the 70s and 80s really was a lot of bullshit by a lot of people who didn't know anything about anything. So they just decided that we were just these really meek and mild little girls and we didn't need to lift weights and all this type of nonsense. And it really is nonsense. Ladies, once you address your body fat, especially with nutrition, and you strip away your body fat, and you've been training well, and you've been training, your strength training program has been constructive, there's been progressive overload, I'm telling you, you are going to add muscle. And once you strip away your body fat, right there underneath is going to be the body that you want. So please shift your mindset thinking. What we were taught in the 70s and the 80s and maybe even the early 90s, I'm going to say it again for about the third or fourth time. It was bullshit. Muscle does not make you big and bulky. Body fat does. So ladies, pay attention. Stop listening to what we were taught 20, 30, 40 years ago. It really is. Go on the internet, find out. If you don't want to believe me, ask another trainer. Ask another trainer. I don't know any reputable trainer that will say to a woman, if you lift weights, you're going to get big and bulky. I don't know any. The only people that will tell you that are idiots. So please, if you don't want to listen to me, listen to others. But ladies, stop thinking that you're getting big and bulky because you're training. The reason you're getting big and bulky is because you have not addressed the body fat on your body. That's what's making you big and bulky. You know, keep strength training, keep focused, focus on your nutrition to strip away that body fat. And I'm telling you, you are just absolutely going to be blown away by what you see that you've been building. So don't give up. Shift your mindset. Shift that mindset from away what we were taught back in the 80s. As I said, it was bullshit. So get strength training. If you need any help from me, I'm here. Just send me a DM. I'm very passionate. I'm really passionate about women in their 40s and 50s having the body of their dreams. I'm 54 years old. I'm in better shape now as a 54-year-old woman than I was when I was 25. Think about that. All right. Have a lovely day, everyone.